Hello, and welcome back to Fueled by Insanity. We're still here with Keijaru, playing laser tag with the shadow monsters. This is weird. This is a weird turn. I'm still processing. Why, who, sir? Okay. Now that you know how this all works, are you ready to speed things up? Speed things up? Keiji just snaps his fingers, like before, and this time I notice the various shadow creatures off in the distance begin to move quicker and with more aim. Before, most of them were just kind of there not doing anything, but now I don't think we can afford to stay still for much longer. This way! Keijaru signals me to follow before darting off toward a new refill point he spotted. I don't think it was there before. I rush after him, avoiding to avoid getting separated. If we only have 4 shots each, we need to make them count. Fire! At your left! Without hesitation, I follow his call out and fire a laser in that direction, it taking out not one, but 2 of those creatures at once. We continue on, making our way through several of those dream creatures until we finally reach the next refill point. Surprisingly, we end up making a great team, even if we even if he did wait for me to burn through all of my shots before he even fired a single one. I assume he must have done that so he could cover me if I missed. Thankfully, my aim was spot on, so there was no need. I'm impressed. You responded to my order promptly, with no training needed. I knew you were the right choice. I'm not entirely sure what he means by that, but I don't get much time to think on it before he continues. Keep that strength about you, and it may come in handy someday. What strength? Being able to shoot enemies on command? I say it sarcastically, knowing there obviously no way I'll actually be in a situation like this in real life. If I can trust you to follow in your role, then I can focus on fulfilling mine when the time comes. What do you mean by that? It's nothing you need to worry about. For now, remember that I trust both your skills and your loyalty. Are you ever going to stop being so cryptic for no reason? No. Don't make me fire another laser at you again. It won't harm me, as you've already seen. The only reason they can be destroyed. I'm not in the mood to listen to yet another explanation of how things work right now. I just want to goof around, especially considering this is my dream after all, so I raise my laser pistol and aim a laser at Keijaru, because shining lasers at people is fun. Keijaru appears unharmed by my antics at first, but his mood quickly changes as he seems to get an idea. If that's how it's going to be. I let go of the trigger, worried about what he's planning now. Hi? Keijaru snaps his fingers, causing all the shadow creatures to disappear. Now it's just the 2 of us left alone in here. Keijaru raises his pistol and points it directly at me and pulls the trigger. Tag, you're it. Keijaru runs off, leaving me stranded there, confused until I finally realize what's going on. Oh, this is tag. It's not quite the same as laser tag, but I'm down to play this. I'm coming for you, Keijaru. Okay. Sure? What a weird sequence. What a weird. A morning arrives and I feel like I've just had the best sleep I've had in years. Maybe these dreams aren't such a bad thing after all. Ted's not here, so I figured he must already be awake. I get up and stretch, deciding I should get up and get something to eat. Did he ever eat that hamburger? Was it ever said in the script that he ate it? I assume he did. Yeah. I stop by the kitchen and grab the last remaining snack bar. No, excuse me. It's not much, but it's better than skipping breakfast entirely. I always skip breakfast entirely. Huh. I usually just take 2 multivitamin gummies and, like, backflip out the front door, right? Like, as is what everyone does. I peek my head out into the living room and see Ted lying on the couch with a book in his hand. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I bothered him, but right now, I think I'd rather talk to Darren. Yeah! Standing outside of Darren's room, I can hear music playing. It's quiet enough that I didn't pay it any attention until now. I knock on the door and the music stops before he answers. Yo. Morning. Sorry if I'm interrupting something. Nah, was just listening to music. Trying to take my mind off stuff. I walk inside and plop down on the bed, making myself comfortable. I figure if I'm going to be staying with Darren for the unforeseeable future, I may as well make the best of it. Darren's room is probably the most cozy place in the house, which is probably because it's the only one that's been maintained at all since I moved out. What's up? Not much. Just woke up. How are you doing? There's a brief pause, as if Darren's trying to work out how to respond. Okay, I guess. Just okay. Darren plops down in his chair and lets out an exasperated sigh. Okay, something's up. Talked to Dad today. Is that a bad thing? Had an argument. Oh. I've not seen much of Darren's dad, so I don't actually know much about him. The few times I went over to their house while growing up, I'd go straight to Darren's room and wouldn't really see him at all. Really, the only thing I know about him are that he collects guns and he's a workaholic. Aside from that, I've always assumed things were perfect between Darren and his dad. Maybe I should just ask Darren about it instead of speculating. What was the argument about? Told him you moved back in and brought a friend. He wasn't happy about it. No. A knot forms in my stomach, and as he says that, I hadn't realized that me turning up like this might cause issues for Darren. Then again, why should it matter? Oh, why does his dad care? It's not like he's the one living here. Maybe I should try to ask. Why does he care? I don't know. Said the house was for me and not for some random strangers he hasn't met. Tried to tell him you're both looking for work, but he didn't care. Was just in a pissy mood, I guess. Oh, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have brought a random stranger to live with us. Then again, the alternative would have been leaving Ted to go homeless, and that wouldn't have been good either. There was no right choice, was there? He said if I don't kick you two out, he's cutting off my allowance and will start charging me rent. Wait, what? Am I going to be out on the streets again? Where will I go? What about Ted? Will he be homeless too? Darren leans forward in his chair, responding before I get too much time to panic. Don't worry, I'm not gonna kick you out. It'd be pretty shitty half-brother if I did. I just, really need to get hired soon. I sit up and lean back against the wall, closing my eyes for a second as I try to remember my own emotions on the matter. Your dad's a dick. Darren laughs at my blunt statement. Kinda, yeah. Can't be too mad at him, though. I should have got a job a long time ago. My fault for expecting him to do everything for me. He did say that you two can stay as long as the money's there. Can't do it all on my own, though. I'm trying, at least. I put in a bunch of applications the other day. Oh, you did? Well, yeah. You let me use your computer, remember? I have expected you to procrastinate. You realize that I do actually want to be able to support myself, right? Relying on other people all the time sucks. Didn't mean it like that. It's easy to procrastinate when it feels like nothing needs to change. It's part of why I haven't done much yet. What do you mean you haven't done much? Didn't you have a interview the other day? Yeah, doesn't mean I'm guaranteed the job. Should have put in more applications. In case it falls through. Shouldn't have waited this long either. You're being too hard on yourself. Not really. I'm 22 years old and I still don't have a job. I didn't even try until this month. I haven't been doing anything with my life. I've been getting a free ride because of Dad. Darren leans his head back and sighs and lets out a sigh. I see the stuff you have to go through, and I don't think I'd do much better. It's why I want to make sure you always have somewhere you can go. My biggest fear right now is that I won't get the job and you'll get kicked out on the streets because I don't do enough. I'm not sure what to say, but seeing Darren, I just want to give him a hug and cheer him up. So, that's what I do. I get up and walk over to give him a hug. Hey, it'll be fine. Worst case scenario, I'll figure something out. I don't know how yet, but we'll figure it out as it comes. Figure out if it comes to that. Mom was always able to, so I don't see why we can't. Darren returns the hug. I hope so. For now, let's just enjoy today while it's here. Got any games you want to play or music you want to show me? Well, there's this song I've been working on. Ah, cute. The next few hours end up being filled with Darren showing me tracks after track he's worked on in the past month. Surprisingly, I'm not as bored with it this time. Maybe it's because I'm in a better mood now. Then again, he has also improved. Some of his stuff still sounds strange, but most of it was pretty good. At least, I think it was. We'll break open that music theory book, Jeffrey, and learn if it was good. Okay. I'm just lucky he didn't try to ask me to play one of his instruments this time. By the time afternoon rolls around, that is what this says. I don't know why I was having the troubles. We realize we didn't have any food for lunch. Darren offers to take Ted and me to the store, but I decide to stay home. The last time I went, I ran into Jesse, so I don't have good association with the store at the moment. Still, it shouldn't take too long. Maybe when they get back, we can watch a movie or play some games together. I'm bored. There's nothing good on TV. That's what streaming services are for. I laugh, realizing that if I'm bored, that if boredom is the worst of my problems right now, maybe things aren't so bad. Still, it would be better if I could be hanging out with my friends right now. Maybe I should invite someone over. Maybe I'll wait until people get back. It's not my house to invite people to, after all. I continue flipping through the channels, hoping I might be able to find at least one decent show to watch, but each channel is more disappointing than the last. I let out a loud sigh, questioning how television could have become so bland within the past month, until an idea comes to mind. Oh, that's loud, exciting, oh my god. I should text someone! Even if I won't be inviting anyone over just yet, there's nothing stopping me from having a text conversation. I'm starting to realize more and more that Darren buying me this phone was a really good thing. Right, who do I feel like texting? Sorry, Tracy, but there's a cute boy here. I'll go ahead and text Sheen. He's always fun to talk to. Hi. I'm bored. Well, what you up to? I wait a couple of minutes before I get a reply. Just finished the raid I was in. Raid? I'm curious what he means. Finishing a raid could mean any number of things. I don't have to wait long for his response. In SZ. Send-off zone? You finally started playing. Yeah. I told you I would eventually. Send-off zone was an MMO. Yes. I started playing a couple years ago. I tried getting my friends to play it with me, but at the time, none of them seemed interested at all. It was a shame since the game was a lot of fun. I sunk countless weekends into it up until I moved in with Jesse, but I had no one to share the experience with. Instead, I ended up having to play with random people who I knew I'd never see again. Hearing that Sheen's finally started playing it is kind of nice, but also... So, you started playing after I no longer have a computer and can't play with you. What happened to your computer? I left it at Jesse's place when I moved out. I don't know what he did with it. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's okay. Maybe after I get a job again, I can go get a new one and play with you. Yeah, that would be fun. What class are you playing? Knight. You play tank? Yeah, it's been fun so far. I'm too afraid to play tank. I don't want to mess up and get everyone killed. That's the fun part! Please tell me you aren't getting your parties killed. I don't try, but it happens sometimes. And people don't get mad at you? They do sometimes, but it's fine. Besides, it feels cool playing, maining tank, tanking 48 men raids, and knowing that as long as I do my job right, everyone else can focus on theirs. You're leading those raids? Pretty much. You're crazy. Of course. That's why you're friends with me. Oh yeah, by the way. My text conversation is interrupted as I catch the faint sound coming from the front door. I'm curious at first if it's Darren, since they should be back any time now, but the door isn't opening. I also never heard his car pull up. With my eyes now fixed on the door, I notice the handle fidgeting. Maybe Darren forgot his keys? I get up and place my phone in my pocket, cautiously making my way towards the door, feeling something feels off about this, but I need to know what's going on. When I get to the door, I check the peephole, hoping to see Darren and Ted standing there. At first, I don't see anyone, but as I look around, I notice the tip of a bushy tail swaying back and forth. All the while, the door handle is still being messed with. A sinking feeling overwhelms me as I realize what's going on. Someone's trying to break in. It's only now that I realize the ring pattern on the table, unmistakably belonging to a raccoon. Caleb. Oh fuck, is that Caleb? Did he find me? Immediately, I back away from the door and take a look around, not even sure what I'm looking for. I don't know what to do. If that's Caleb, I'm dead. How did he find me? How did he know I'm here? I take a deep breath, trying to calm myself down so I can think rationally. The door's locked, so he can't get in. At least, not right now. I need to call someone. I need help. I'll call the police. No. No. Parker did that, and they arrived too late. I need someone who can get here now. This might be the most important decision in my life. Who do I call? I mean, Tracy seems responsible. I'll call Tracy. I dial the number and press call. The phone rings twice before Tracy answers. Hey, what's up? Tracy, I need help. Someone's trying to break in. I think they might be armed. Wait, what? Please, I need help. I don't know what to do. Right. Find somewhere to hide. I'll be over ASAP. Okay. Before I get a chance to leave the room, I noticed another sound coming from the door. The handle turns all the way this time, and the door begins to open. My phone slips out of my hand, unable to keep my grip as the shock of what's happening hits like a truck. I'll end the part here for now, everyone. We're at the 20-minute mark. I'll see you around.